How's it going, guys, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be checking out how we can get and evolve Eevee into Sylveon in Pokemon Legends CA. Of course, for this, we will first need to catch at least 1 or 2 Eevees. So the earliest way to do this is simply go to the Jorn Pokemon Center over here on the east side of the map, and then walk slightly north until we come across this scaffolding. Start climbing up this scaffold until we get to the roof. A quick side note, if you have advanced very far into the story, you can actually catch Eevees in the Wild Zone number 19. However, that doesn't unlock until very close to the end of the game, so if you are still near the beginning or the middle of your playthrough, you're much better off going for the one we're showing you right here. Anyway, once we get to the roof, you want to walk all the way to the end until you get to these vines. You can cut down these vines or burn them down, whichever you prefer. And then when you climb up to this small roof above is where you're going to find Eevee. If he isn't up here, like in the case we're seeing in the gameplay here, don't panic. Sometimes he drops down to the roof we just came up from. It is important to note that Eevee only seems to spawn during the daytime and on sunny weather. Now that we have an Eevee, all that's left is to evolve it into Sylveon. So as always, the method to evolve Eevee into Sylveon relies on increasing its friendship. Luckily for us, in this game, there's a very quick method to increase friendship really fast. All we need to do is go to any cafe. I personally always use the one down here by the first Pokemon Center. And then with your Eevee selected, you don't actually need to bring him out, but just make sure that you actually have him selected down at the bottom left. Then choose to take a coffee. I just always select the one at the top of the menu. It doesn't really matter which one you choose. And as soon as you get to the scene where you can see yourself sitting down with Eevee in the background, simply exit out of the cafe and then pay another 500 to repeat the process again. Sit down and ask for a coffee with Eevee 4 times in a row, which can be done really quickly. It takes less than a minute. And after you've taken the 4th coffee, you should be able to go into your menu and see the arrow beside Eevee showing that he can evolve. Though before you go rushing in to evolve an Eevee, you want to go into its moves and make sure it has at least one fairy type move equipped to its moveset. The reason for this is that the method to evolve Eevee into Umbreon and Espeon is exactly the same, except that it's without learning a fairy type move. So if it doesn't learn a fairy type move, it will evolve into Umbreon or Espeon, depending if it's day or night. But if it does have at least one fairy type move equipped while it evolves, it will always evolve into Sylveon 100% of the time. So that's it. Make sure you equipped any fairy type move and you can go ahead and evolve Eevee into Sylveon. I hope you did find this very helpful, guys. If you did, don't forget that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content coming very soon, and we'll see you next time.